they say that they'll release non-violent offenders. Well, wait a minute. What constitutes being a non-violent offender? See, that's a catch-all phrase. And what I mean by that is, okay, I'm in here for a violent crime, for murder, first degree. I've been locked up for 46 years, and there's many more similarly situated as myself. But since we've been here, we've grown out of crime, aged out of crime, and we're no longer violent or would present, a threat to the community.
A prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, Lakeland Facility.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, your number, and where you are situated.
My name is Lawrence Low Bay. My prison number is 137-849, and I'm at Lakeland Correctional Facility. Okay, yeah. Brother Bowles X gave me the information and told me that I could call you and talk about what has been going on here, with this coronavirus thing.
Yes, sir. Is it all right if I record everything?
Absolutely.
And do I have your permission to use your name, your number, and your photo?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for recording now. Can you tell me what has been your experience, please, Lawrence? What would you like to share with us?
Okay, well, when I first got the symptoms, my chest was hurting, my heart. I didn't get any fever or anything like that, but just body aches, and it wasn't to the degree. Well, one time I thought I was going to have a heart attack. The pain and it was so severe around my heart and my arm. It was burning and just aching a lot, and then I had diarrhea, and basically that's it, and the shortness of breath. But mine hasn't been to the degree where I had to be hospitalized, and I'm thankful for that. But there's so many guys here. I think the number last time I heard was 785 that has been tested positive. And several guys have died. Guys that I knew, a few of them, they passed away from the virus. So it's something different, something that I've never experienced, or none of us for that matter. But and the symptoms would come and go. And I'm in an 8-man room now, and it's an older fella in there that locks with me. He has the chills, and every day. But they come and go with him too. So I think that the virus, it affects people differently, and the way it crept up just seemed like it came out of nowhere and caught everybody off guard. And I don't think that the administration was prepared to deal with it in such massive numbers. And I have several topics that I would like to discuss, and one of them, is the meals as a consequence of the virus, where they changed the menu up on us, and the meals that they give us now is without any calories. Hot dogs, a little hot dog, celery, and a little bag of cookies. No proteins, no beans. No, I think we had one hot meal that was a hamburger and corn. But for the most part, it's sausages or hot dogs that we've had so far. And I say it's no calories, So they're not prepared for that. And why they're not giving us more healthy food with vitamins and proteins, I don't know. But now, the third thing that I would like to talk about, I saw the town hall meeting with the governor, Governor Gretchen, and the question was asked about the release of elderly prisoners and those who are close to their outdates and medically frail. Well, she immediately said that she's working closely with Heidi Washington, which is the director of the prison system. And it's up to the parole board, to put everyone would have to go through the parole board. And then I think she said that she had released some prisoners that are close to their outdates, the minimum date, if I'm not mistaken. But now one of the things, and this is what was real important, that I think that the public need to know, and demand from the legislators and the parole board and the governor is that when they say that they'll release non-violent offenders, well, wait a minute. What constitutes being a non-violent offender? See, that's a catch-all phrase. And what I mean by that is, okay, I'm in here for a violent crime, for murder, first degree. I've been locked up for 46 years, and there's many more similarly situated as myself. But since we've been here, we've grown out of crime, aged out of crime, and we're no longer violent or would present, a threat to the community. And so why would we be considered probably up under that title, where we don't fit that nonviolent crimes? So the question is, what is nonviolent? Because if I've been locked up long as I have, my prison record should be able to attest to whether I'm violent or not. I can't change the fact of what I'm in here for, but I can change my character. And many, like I say, myself and many others have done that. And then, on the flip side, and this is not to, point the finger at anybody. I'm not speaking, I'm speaking collectively when I speak about those who are charged with nonviolent crimes. They get out and might do some of the most heinous crimes and come back. So that's a catch-all phrase that the public needs to speak to their constituents about, and let them know that, hey, we pay you. We are your employer, not vice versa. We vote you in office to do a job, where this is something that we want you to look into. And then, lastly, it's about prisoners being able to donate plasma, antibodies, because I say it's 785 guys here who are tested positive, and some of us is going to beat this. I'm on the downswing of it, and the only thing they're giving us is vitamins, but I know some of us is going to beat it, and we should be given the opportunity to donate our plasma, and that would be a way of us giving back to the community, okay? And let me just touch again, just briefly, upon getting out of prison. If we can get out, I think that we would be more of an asset. I'm talking about those of us who are charged with violent crimes, who have aged out of crime. We would be more of an asset than a burden, if we can get out, and if we can encourage, teach the youth that's coming up now, and if we only save one, then that would be a job well done for the community. Okay? So that's the main thing that I wanted to discuss with you, and I have no problem, of it being released to the public. I encourage that, in fact, because the way this thing is being handled, it can be done a lot better, I think. Okay?
Can I ask you a few questions, please, Lawrence?
Absolutely.
When did your symptoms begin that you recall? How long ago?
I think it was probably around March, early March when I first began. Go ahead.
What was the date that you were tested, or do you recall when you actually were tested?
I was tested on the 23rd, I believe, of April.
And when did they confirm your status?
The 24th, or either the 25th.
As it regards the meals, at what point did the meal situation change?
2 days, I think it was around the 27th. Yeah, they came out with an email. We received an email on our JPEG player from the deputy instructing us that the meals had been approved to be changed to what we're getting now.
And that was the 27th of what month?
April.
So this is recent.
Now, yeah, I would have to get the exact day. I'm quite sure that's it. I should have brought my JPEG player with me, but I didn't.
That's okay. So how many hot meals have you been satisfied with, or have you?
We've only received one, and that was a hamburger and some corn. And now they give us a hot dog or either sausage that we can warm up, but as far as giving us a hot meal like beans, rice, we haven't had any of that.
You haven't had any of that in how many meals, approximately?
None of them. None of them.
No, would that be, if you get 3 meals a day, would that be over the last 12 meals or the last 15 or the last 2 meals?
Probably, since the last time we've had it?
Yes.
So, well, probably within the last, that has to be up in the, probably about the last 15 to 30. Because, ever since we went on this here, lockdown, let me go back. When we first got quarantined, they were steady feeding us in mass in the chow hall. And that stopped about 2 weeks ago. And then, right after that, that's when they came with the change of the menu to what we're getting now. So I would say about the last 15 meals.
So are you no longer eating in the chow hall?
No, we don't eat in the chow hall. They bring them prepared to us in styrofoam trays. Yeah.
Tell me, is there a message that if you had a direct line to Governor Whitmer now, what would you say to the governor and State Director Washington?
What I would say to her is that she needs to have this thing investigated a little bit more closely as to the meals and how she can smartly reduce the prison population by releasing the elderly and the medically frail and those who are close to their outdates, and that she should really look at the definition of what constitutes nonviolence. Because they like to say we'll release the nonviolent offender. Well, what constitutes nonviolence? I'm nonviolent, although I'm in here for a violent crime. But my record would attest to the fact that I'm nonviolent. And this is the things that she should direct the director, Heidi Washington, to focus on, is our prison record. Not the crime itself, but our prison record. What have we done since we've been in here? That's what I would like to get her to focus on. And to get, right now, they're passing out vitamins, a cocktail of vitamins for us to take. Well, I was diagnosed positive, I think that, like I said, it was on the 23rd, I believe. I haven't received mine yet. They got to order them, and I understand that. But they should have something, a better working mechanism in place where we shouldn't have to wait 4 or 5 days to get them. So that's what I would like for her to know.
We have maybe 2 minutes left. Is there any message that you would like to give to any loved ones, any persons out here that you're connected to? Is there any message that you would want to give to them?
I communicate with them kind of regularly when I can, and they know that I'm being strong as much as I can and doing what I have to do to beat this thing, and just tell them, I would tell them, don't lose the faith, and that would be about it. And I say I'm working with it. And I would like for everybody out there to stay safe as they possibly can. Now, Brother Darnell,
yes, sir.
You used to write me and send me notes from the village, but you stopped. I would like you to continue to send me those because I was enjoying them and I was responding to your messages. Of course,
I'll make sure we do. I'm sorry. I will make sure we send it out. I don't know when the last time, but I'll look on that. Thank you for telling me that.
Okay, yeah, because I like hearing from you.
We'll make sure we do better. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and you take care, okay? And I
thank
appreciate
you.
what you're doing.
You be well.
Okay? Okay. Peace out.